Welcome back to California Gardener. Today I'm going to show you how to grow your tomatoes on a string if you would like. What I have done here, last year I had some galvanized pipe lying around my yard. It's like conduit so they can put electrical in your house. If you have some left over, it's cheap to buy in the store as well. I just pounded a 10-foot section in each side of my tomato garden, and then I string a cable across the top with 2 anchors down at the sides to hold it in place. And then I'm going to run a metal wire along the bottom and then join the top and bottom wires with ropes up and down so that my tomatoes can crawl up the vines. So I'm going to show you how that's done and what kind of materials you're going to need, okay? So what you're going to need for this task is some twine, the nylon kind that's shiny, it will not break under the weight of the tomatoes. A pair of pliers so that you can cut the plant training wire. You can find this at Lowe's. It's just called plant training wire. It's covered by plastic, green plastic, which works really good for making some of your own trellises. So I'm gonna stretch this along the bottom and then we'll get to tying it top to bottom. Okay, so you can see my trellis here. We're gonna just stretch this line across the bottom. Give it a few wraps around the bottom. We'll just stretch the wire across the bottom. Okay, so we have our wire now tied all the way across the bottom. You see it going along the bottom through those tomatoes, beautiful tomato plants. And it goes all the way over to the other side. And this is how I've anchored the trellis, just by putting in a post that's nailed into the ground at an angle with the cable attached to it that goes up to the trellis. You see up to the trellis there, runs across, and then down the other side with another anchor on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to start threading the string up and down so I can grow the tomatoes up the string. So now that I've got all the strings tied top to bottom, spread out nicely, I almost used about 500 yards of thread. So that is a lot. So I really increased my growing area, if you think about it that way, where each vine can travel up those and actually grow taller than they usually would have when they fall over. So I'm going to use this support system in the middle. When the weight starts coming in, they'll rest so it doesn't sag in the middle. So that's it, I got my support in there so when the tomatoes start growing, they won't pull that cable down in the middle and actually reduce the effective area that they can climb up. Now it'll stay nice and taut as the tomatoes climb up. Let's give you a close look. Some of my tomatoes are big enough to start winding. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so here's a tomato plant that's just tall enough to start trellising up this string. So you see right here is the main shoot. I'm going to grab the main vine. You can see there's another part of the plant, but here's the main vine. And I'm just going to wrap the string around it like this, and you just do it gently, and every few days you can come out and wrap your plants a little more. So I just wrapped it a couple times so that plant will start to grow up that string and start to make tomatoes. Also gives you a good idea to keep what you're actually pruning because as you go up you can prune off the excess stuff that is not going up that main string. There you have it, Japanese eggplant, Black Beauty eggplant, 2 banana peppers in the middle, and then a couple more eggplants in the back. So we'll just water them now, and that'll be it. We can cover it with some mulch if we want to later. Leave it like this is fine for a while. It'll keep the ground moist, and it keeps the weeds down. So if you want